welcome to the After Talk. My name is Simon. I'm here with Artūrs.
What's up, everybody?
And today's guest, Samantha. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for joining us. Maybe we can start off with you introducing yourself a little bit. So, where are you from?
Okay, I'm from Venezuela. I'm 19 years old, and I'm currently studying mechanical engineer in my second semester.
Yeah, so in Denmark.
Yeah,
So
in Denmark.
When did you come to Denmark?
I came here last summer on August. Yeah, I have been here around like 8 months from now.
Yeah. Before you were in Venezuela?
Yeah, I spent like 2 months in Spain because I was helping my brother move out here. But before that, yeah, I was living in Venezuela.
Okay, cool. How was the moving?
Rough?
Tough?
Yeah, really rough. Yeah, I mean, I spent 2 months just helping my brother to finish his stuff in Spain, and then we came here together because we both applied and we both got in. So, yeah, I mean, it was a process, but it was fine.
Are you same age with your brother?
No, we're not. People keep asking if we are twins. No, we're not. He's older. He's older.
How come he was in Spain? Was he studying there?
Yeah, he was doing a college education and he just finished it. So it was like the perfect time to apply for try to study something else. And I just kind of like finished high school.
Yep.
So it was like, okay, let's both apply. And we both got in and was like the perfect moment.
Did he kind of motivated you?
Not really. I found via all the things. So I was like, maybe I don't want to go alone. You are just finishing everything. Maybe we can go together. And I kind of applied for him to like see if we both got in, and we did, and it was like the perfect moment to do it.
Nice. So back in Venezuela, you were studying high school. How was it studying high school in Venezuela? Is it like normal high school as in all other countries, or?
I don't think so. Well, you just told me like you read some stuff. So no, it's kind of, I don't believe that I had like the same experience studying high school as any other country.
Yep.
I think I have experienced so many other stuff that are not common. My high school, I cannot say it was bad, but I can say that I was not continuously studying for many political and problems that keep happening there.
Yep.
So that kind of keeps stopping my studies for several opportunities. So for whatever was happening, I just couldn't go to school for like at least 1 or 2 months. But I wasn't like COVID, for example, that we were like online studying. Now it was like actually I couldn't study at all and just waiting until like everything ends or like a little bit everything should come more stable and then come back. So yeah, for different thing, I don't think it was common, but yeah, it was quite different. Yeah, I believe.
So maybe if we can talk about the political stuff a little bit, if you want to kind of like tell us the background about the Venezuela's political situation.
Okay, I'm not good about politics, but I can tell you like how I felt and how I saw the stuff when I was living there, because like I was a kid and then I was a teenager, so of course not the same point of view. But I can tell you like for the low maintenance of the quality of life there, at least one time, like the whole country went to blackout. So I couldn't go to school because like anyone could like go out, because like how do you get like just that? And of course anyone could like use the elevator to go to the first floor and go to school. Like of course everything was blackout, so of course anyone could do anything, any transactions like supermarket or pharmacy or anything. I remember that happened to me when I was like in my junior year. So I spent almost 2 months without going to classes because it was like, okay, now it's blackout, but tomorrow we will have electricity, but we don't know for how long. So it was like that kind of things. I remember that I spent like a whole month just seeing and hanging out with my neighbors and playing like Monopoly, because we were like, what we can do? Like there's not electricity. Of course, there's no Wi-Fi. So you're like, what should I do? You use your data, of course, but eventually it's like you run out of battery and that's it. What should I do? You don't have homework. So what should I do? So it's like keep going with that.
How long was the period of the blackout?
For the whole country was like less than a day, probably like because it's depend of the where you live. Because like for some parts was like 12 hours, then 20 hours or 2 days, depend. But you get electricity, but you know that it will be like for around 3 hours, and then you know that it will black out again.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of rough. I think that's one of the things that was the most recent that I experienced. Sorry. And before that, I can say like at least twice or three times I was studying like normal, and for protest, sorry,
Yeah.
and everything got a little violence and everything, and I couldn't go to school, of
Yeah.
course. People don't understand like, okay, but maybe it was not in front of your school, and that's true. Sometimes it wasn't in front of my school, but the thing is like, you don't know exactly where that's gonna move, that kind of like situation. So you rather do not go to school. Like I was really lucky because I live like next to my school, like 1 minute walking.
Yeah.
But I had many friends who didn't. So of course they couldn't like cross the city to get to school.
Mhm.
So it was like we spent weeks or maybe a few months without being able to go in there because it was just dangerous, because you don't know if like the protest is gonna move to like near to the school, and you're gonna get like the kind of like bombs that they throw, and you cannot breathe. Yeah, they're kind of like toxic something, and you don't breathe. So I remember that when I was trying to go to school sometimes, I just couldn't, because like the thing was moving nearby where I live, and if I open the window, that toxic air come in.
Wow, really? Okay.
And so yeah, and I remember my mom sent me, there are like kind of grandma recipes that you can do to try to breathe that if you are breathing that air. So I remember like for a few days my mom sent me that to school in case like the things come in.
Okay.
So I cannot say like it was really normal.
Wow. Okay. That sounds dangerous. Did you?
Yeah, it is.
Were you like ever part of the protest, or did you get caught in some?
It's pretty normal to be stuck in that. I just went, I remember once, because again, I was a kid, you know, it's not like safe at all. You just bring a kid to that things. Normally the adults go there. So of course, first of all, my mom never let me like, okay, you go and do that. No. So I remember once I went with my mom and my brother, and we went late to make sure that we were like in the really end of the all the thing, because if you're in the front, it's way more dangerous. If you just Google it, it's way more dangerous. So we went like really late. But I remember then when we were walking there, the things got like a little too crazy, and people were start running and everything. And we were like, okay, where should we go? And we tried to hide some like near a restaurant or something. And was because like at the end of that street, they were like the police, like everything, like political side coming and trying to arrest people and everything. So was like the nearest thing me to that things. But I also remember one of my brother's birthday. We were celebrating in just like home because all the things were happening. And that day, political got arrested. And like, I don't know what is the name in English, but it's like the things like are big and shoot people, and the people are inside. And like, it's for military things. Like you just go in and people are shooting. I don't know.
Shooting
like,
range?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Probably, yeah. Okay. Basically, I was just like looking for my window, and that things were just like going through the street, shooting to the air.
Oh, shit.
Or to the people who were like outside with just signs say like, we don't want this and whatever. So I remember that kind of stuff really clear. And yeah, it's quite different.
Yeah.
But not necessarily bad. I'm not sad, by the way. Like, it's just part of it.
Yeah.
Of course, when you are a kid, you are like, what is this happening?
Yeah, so you don't really understand.
You don't really understand.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, it's happening. And then you get used to it somehow.
So how did it influence your studies?
A lot. Because if you're skipping classes without you wanting to, and you cannot study like full of it, of course you get behind. to so many stuff. It is not necessarily fault of the school or anyone. It's just like it's the thing, because you cannot end to study all the topics that are meant to study that year, or you just study them but like really poorly. So it's hard, because so many stuff that I should have studied before and for example coming here, I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, like that put you in a position that you are not in the same level as many people that you study with. But yeah, that influenced a lot. And for me, I can think that all that things happens when I was kind of older, like when I was more than 12. But for example, I cannot imagine for kids they were learning how to read and they were like in all this situation. Of course, like eventually they get really behind on many stuff, and the parents need to be part of the education.
Yeah,
But the parents also need to work, so it's like
so it's parents/teacher, something like during the COVID.
Yeah, it gets kind of like that.
Yeah.
But COVID, like I can say for me and for many friends, we were like kind of happy, because for the first time we were the only ones who having like a problem, and like the whole world was just kind of like, okay, we cannot study.
Mm-hmm.
It was not just us. So, for example, COVID for me was like, okay, again, I'm not going to classes.
Okay.
But it's like, it was different.
For a different reason.
Yeah, different reason. But I was like, okay, again, I'm not going to classes for a few months. Yeah.
Was this like political situation part of your decision going study abroad for your university?
Yeah, totally. Totally. I cannot say that.
What about?
I tried to study in my home country. I did 2 semesters in production engineer there, because when I was doing my senior year, for me was like, I'm living my best life, you know. Like the thing was more stable, and they are now more stable.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I don't need to go anywhere. I'm totally fine. But then COVID happened. And again, I was feeling like I don't know what is going to happen. So I tried to study there, and I feel sometimes we are a country that we are so behind so many things, of course. So I felt like, okay, COVID just hit. So it's going to take us too long to go back to physical classes and everything go back to normal, to be normal again. So I just dropped out college there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I need to find somewhere else to study, because I need to go back to normal life. And yeah, I heard like Denmark was really good doing that.
Yep.
And then I found BIA and all about it. Well, my mom did. So we were like, okay, let's just apply. Also, I wasn't like really happy or enjoying studying online there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, let me try somewhere else. And so far, so good.
What about your friends that stayed there? Is it like you said the situation now is getting better? So is it easier to study there, or what do they say?
Okay. I feel like it's really dangerous for me saying like it's normal, it's stable, because like of course there are problems, but it's way too different for 5 years ago for now. So I have friends who are still there and they are studying. They are like half of their degrees, and it's hard because they're still doing online. Okay. Like a lot of people are vaccinating and everything because of COVID, but they're still doing online. I think next semester for them, it's going to be physical classes and everything going back to normal. But it has been like, 2 years since COVID started. Yeah. So it's like, it's a lot of time, you know. And I couldn't see myself doing 2 years of my degree online.
Yeah.
Because when I have one class online here, I don't hear anything. I just fall asleep. I cannot keep up. If they tell me like you have to do online classes, I really rather to just like stop my studies and wait until I can do it physically, because I don't learn. Like there are people who can and there are people who cannot. I cannot.
Mm-hmm. Best naps ever.
Yeah.
I cannot. With that, I totally cannot. I have friends who can and they are going okay. They feel like they put somehow the time and the effort and they learn. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. So yeah, I think it depends for different people how they feel about it. For me, it was mostly about the online situation, like doing classes online. Yeah.
Also, I wanted to ask, how did you come up with like Denmark or like European country? I think that you would aim more for like USA or going studying there?
Yeah, my family is Portuguese. Like,
Yeah, okay. So you have more.
yeah, so I
okay,
have my
got it
other
now.
passport. Yeah, so was like just an option for me just to come first to Europe, and also I have been in the US and I really like it for holidays and everything, but I wouldn't live there.
Yeah.
To be honest,
So
like
if you
it's not
say-
the
Fun
same.
for holidays, eh?
Yeah, I like
But
to go
that's
to
it.
Disneyland.
Short-term
but
living.
no.
2 weeks is enough.
Yeah, 2 weeks is
But,
enough.
so your parents have Portuguese passport, so
Yeah.
you have as well.
Yeah.
So then you don't have to pay for this education,
No,
right? Okay. then.
that's a really common
Okay,
question.
yeah,
No, I
that's-
don't.
That's helping a lot because I've heard that this semester there are a lot of people from Canada and like overseas that actually pay for your education
Yeah.
as well here. So that kind of surprised me. But then on the other side, I heard that, for example, in Canada, they still have to pay for their education back in Canada as well. So if it makes sense for them to come here, it
Well,
probably
I was
makes
paying a
sense.
lot studying at home. I was paying.
really?
Yeah.
So you went from paying
Paying-
and studying online
Yeah.
to not paying and studying in class.
Physically. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a big thing. I was paying at least 1,000 American dollar per
Mhm.
month.
Per month?
Wow.
Yeah, people think per
Shit.
year. Yeah, no, per
Okay.
month at least.
Wow.
Jeez.
And every semester, the prices for my courses like went up.
Oh yeah, definitely because you have the highest inflation,
so,
right?
yeah.
Ah, 10 fun
Oh my
facts of
God.
Venezuela.
So I was like, I started paying like, I don't know, 600, 800, and then I ended up paying 1,000.
Oh my god.
So I was like, okay, no, thank you. Next.
So are you taking like loans for this or?
No, my parents pay for it. Yeah. It's really hard to get like a scholarship or something
Mhm.
there. It's not like it's impossible, but they go through a really long process and it's really stressful for
Mhm.
that for many people because how you read like it's really hard to everyone just to access to education, like private education and everything there. So many people apply for it, but I know people who like went through a kind of long process for that. And yeah, it's hard. It's not impossible, but it's not like everyone have that opportunity. Like US, like everyone applies first, kind of like a scholarship, and they get a
Yeah.
little bit, and they have to pay after how amount of years.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's not the same.
So if you don't have the money for the education, then you just go
You-
to work, or can you take some kind of a loan from?
Yeah,
bank, like a student
there
loan
are
or
like
something?
public educations. You pay, but you pay like way too less. But you have to get like how here you have to apply for like kind of like a government institution. Like
Mhm.
here we sign up for something like the government, and then we go apply for BIA.
Yeah.
There you have to do kind of like the same. You have to sign up for that. You have to put all your notes from high school there.
Mhm.
And then you are able, depending your grades and depending what you want to study, they give you like the spot in specific universities.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah. But not many people, like you have to do it, like it's mandatory, but there's people who just reject the spot. I did it, but I just put like random stuff because I knew that I wouldn't study in any of those places. So I just put like I want to be a nurse or something, or a doctor.
Yeah.
And architecture or something like that. And I knew if I could get the spot, I will just give it to someone else
Yeah.
because that's way too better to do it.
Do you come back for holidays to Venezuela?
No,
No.
no. People like think that I can like go. Like for me, go
Is it-
just for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a waste of money and time.
Yeah. But is it hard to like get in the country or not really?
Not really, but for example, like my passport is just valid for 2 years, so I have to constantly renovate it. So, for example, now it's gonna expire, and if I go there, I cannot go out until I have my new passport,
Mhm.
and that's kind of like a risk for me if I'm studying here. So, and first of all, like I don't go there just for 2 weeks because it's not enough time to be
Mhm.
honest. Like the jet lag and everything, it's a long trip. It's at least 1 day traveling, so. It's really it's not good to just go for 2 weeks. It's not enough.
So you haven't seen your parents in a long time.
Almost a year for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
A lot, eh?
we are lucky. We are lucky, man.
Yeah, like all my friends, they are like, okay, we have one day, like Friday, we don't have classes. Let's go home.
Yeah,
No, not
What?
for me.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Mhm.
Not for me.
But it's good that you have your brother here.
Yeah, I'm really happy for that though. Yeah, I have family here, and I feel like I'm really lucky for that.
I would like to talk about some more fun facts of Venezuela. I've heard that the gasoline is cheaper than water in Venezuela. Is it true?
Right now, no.
It was.
It was.
Okay.
It was for many long time. It was really really cheap. But I think from 2 years ago from now,
Yeah.
they were not producing anymore, so we were buying.
Okay. So it's
Really ironic,
so
but we were
it's-
buying.
Got it.
So yeah, it was really was expensive. Was a big shock for people there because we were used to pay like nothing for that. Yeah, but no, it's not true right now.
Also, is Venezuela the biggest producer of oil in the
They
world?
say so. I'm not sure, but they say so.
They say so.
They say so. So
No, yeah, like
it's
I
probably
know
true.
that. Yeah, they used to produce a lot, but right now, no.
So, if they produced a lot, did you kind of like see it on the country, or not really?
No.
If you were going around. No.
No, not really. Like if you're asking me if I have seen like that kind of like things producing.
I don't know. Like if somebody is like the biggest producer of something, then you probably like notice it when like you are in the country. So I don't know if there were like a lot of oil something.
Nah, okay. Not really. Like I think I haven't never seen that. I just always realized the oil was really cheap
Yeah.
there. I just always realized
Mhm.
that, but I have never like thought about it or have seen like that thing. So like producing stuff. Never.
Also,
Well, not me.
yeah. Okay. Which part of Venezuela?
I'm
you
from
live
the
in?
capital, Caracas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Where is that? Which north, south, west? East?
It's like north of.
Yeah.
Venezuela,
So
yeah.
like close to the sea, right?
Yeah. I'm like 45 minutes from to the beach.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like it's really
That's-
close.
That's cool. So do you have a how many how do you call summer, winter?
No, I
This thing.
don't.
Don't
Like
have
every
seasons?
no.
Seasons, yes. How many seasons?
How do you
Yeah.
call winter
Right.
summer?
No,
I
I,
have so
don't.
many fuck ups here. So you only have summer. The whole time.
Technically, yes. Like the average is like 24, 25 all year, but of course, like kind of like our summer is a little bit more warm,
Mhm.
and in the winter is like what 18
Really?
maximum. Yeah, it's
Ah.
not that much.
Sounds like Spain.
Yeah.
No,
Sounds better.
It's better.
It's better.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh.
yeah. Spain kind of like they have winter. Like it's kind of cold in December and January, but
You have to put on your jacket, but
Yeah.
not in Venezuela.
yeah,
Kind
yeah,
of cold.
I also you have a part of the Amazon rainforest. Is it true? Like on the borders, something like a little bit.
Rainforest, like the Amazon,
Yeah.
the Amazonas.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
we have that.
Were you
Oh.
there?
No, I haven't. Like the funny thing about me, like I'm from there, but I haven't traveled much in my
Mhm.
country.
Well, it
To be honest,
probably wasn't really possible, right? During
it's not like it was impossible, but like for many years, what I remember, it was kind of dangerous to like do
Yeah.
that road trips and whatever. So my parents were just like, okay, no. So I just have been like in like 3 places in my country. So
Mhm.
it's like Margarita Island, and Capital because
Mhm.
I'm from there, and
The
like
airport.
yeah,
airport.
yeah, I have been in the
Probably.
airport. Yeah, like not really. I don't know many parts of my country, sadly, but I don't. Like
So-
I know that they have
Yeah.
some places, but I have never been there.
So would you like to go there at some point of your life? Like, do you miss it that you didn't have the opportunity to?
Yeah, I do because sometimes I think it's really sad that you don't know everything like about your country. Like I think they have really beautiful places and things that I would like to go there, but yeah, I never did, and I think I want to do it eventually, but I don't know. I think it's just like I was just used to like not being possible to do it or just was too dangerous, so I never was thinking about it too much.
Mhm.
But now I think like okay, I think I should know some more places because I think it's really sad that I don't.
Very, very sad. No,
Okay.
you know a lot. I have one more question about the fun facts. I've heard that there is like a place where there are really brutal storms and lightnings.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like I don't know how you say in English, but it's like something wonderful that happened there. Yeah, in one Netflix series, they talk about it. Yeah, it's like they have like a storm all year, every year. Like it's
Like the whole time?
the whole time.
Really?
It's just like that, like a storm, and you can
Sounds
see
cool.
it. You can see it from far away, and yeah, I have seen like videos and stuff, and it's really pretty. It's
Yeah,
really
I've
pretty.
seen some pictures and the lightnings are.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Really
scared of
amazing.
storms, so it's like I know it's pretty, but not for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something. Whoa, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm opposite.
That
I
one,
love storms.
that one is true. That fun fact is true.
Okay, cool. At least
Okay.
one was true.
Okay, random question, eh? I've been asking this today for people, so there's. I noticed that it's not in every country, but ice creams have those like waffles.
Oh yes.
So there's like
Okay.
a cup type.
Isn't it called like a corner? No.
Like the cone thing.
Yeah, so like either do you like cone waffle
Okay.
or there's like a cup type, which is the same dough, but it's not like the waffle hard,
Yeah,
but it's like a
just
cup.
in a cup. Yeah.
Like it's in a cup, but you can eat the cup
I always eat it in a cone.
in the cone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, always cone. I don't know.
Cone.
And the best is like
Eh.
the biggest cone that you can like take
Yeah.
with a spoon, and you first eat the ice cream and then you eat the big cone. That's the best.
Okay, that
that's
was
the best.
Random
That's-
questions, eh?
random questions. Do you have some more random questions?
Yes. Pizza or burger?
Pizza. I don't like
Oh.
burger.
Pizza? Really?
Yeah. I don't like much.
What's so good about pizza?
I don't know. It's because I don't like burger that much because I
Okay.
don't like meat. So
Yeah, okay. that
like
makes
red meat.
sense.
Like I don't like it because
Okay.
I'm
then-
kind of
Okay.
allergic. So
Okay.
I don't
It's probably
Follow up.
easy.
Pineapple on pizza.
no.
No. Oh.
No.
That was so quick.
Strongly no.
No, I don't like
So
it.
which kind of pizza is your favorite?
Like pepperoni or like I'm really
Pepperoni.
basic.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Pepperoni isn't
It's not
that
bad.
basic.
Or
It's-
like
it could be worse.
margarita. Like yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's really basic. Yeah.
Hey, it's not that bad, eh?
You know, the one thing that I loved pizzas when I was younger, and I hated burgers, but now it kind of switched. And the thing I don't like about pizza is that if you don't order quattro formaggi, then you are eating the same thing for 8 pieces. And
Well,
it's-
the same happened with burgers. You're eating the same thing.
I know, but like it's not evenly distributed. So like one bite you have like more meat, and one bite you have more vegetables. So
Okay, that's your point of view.
that's my
eating.
point of view.
And if you
Yes,
bite and everything falls out of the other side, then you just have bread.
well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. So let's talk. Can we talk a little bit about the history of Venezuela? Like
Wow. I hope that I know the answers, but yeah, we can talk about it. I hope that I know where you're gonna ask me.
Okay. Because like I want to follow up a little bit on the crisis that
Oh,
were
okay.
there. So the crisis, when did it begin?
Apparently, with the government that they
Yes.
have now, so for many people, it will be like 1999. Yeah.
So you've
99.
probably lived the whole.
yeah,
you
I
lived the whole
I
crisis.
haven't
So you
know
haven't known
another
about it.
president or another government.
Wow. Okay.
I have never lived there.
Yeah.
Like and see switching president or something. No, thank you.
So did you talk about it, how it was with your parents or with somebody who?
Yeah,
during
like
the
of
era.
course, like when you talk with adults, they are like, it's hard. For example, for my parents, it's like they feel sad that they know that we haven't seen like switching governments. Like we
Mhm.
have lived in the same government for my whole life. So for example, for my parents, like it's sad you haven't
Yeah,
seen
man,
that.
that's like from 1999, the same government till now.
yeah,
That's a long time.
yeah, they have been there 24
see.
years, something like that. Yeah, it's a lot. That's why
Wow.
people compare us with other countries.
Yeah, I mean, is there any chance now that it will like change? That the government will change,
If you
or is it some kind of like they have control over what's happening and over votes, and they can?
To be honest, if you ask me, I don't think that will change. But people there have managed to do their life, and people there live really good. to,
So they gonna got used to it.
in my opinion, totally.
Yeah.
Like I think it's not anymore about people trying to fight to them to get out of
Mhm.
with like the control that they have over everything. So I think like people just get used to it and they learn how to do their life and how to make money and live really good. Many people have, but also there's people who haven't, and I cannot say like the whole country is in a well position, but I think like people now just got used to it and they are just trying to figure out how to live without actually worrying or just trying to keep fighting with the thing that happened many years ago.
So are there a lot of people who are trying to like go to other countries, go abroad, start a new life somewhere else, or is it more like okay, we'll
Well,
just
I
stay?
don't know if you read
go on.
about it, but it's like many people there have just moved out, like
Okay, I haven't
immigrants.
read about this
Yeah,
one.
like millions of people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's a lot of like Venezuelan population who just don't live there anymore. But people just like, for example, I can say like for the young generation, we think about like just if we have to study there, we will. If we have to, like if we don't have another choice, we will. But eventually, we will just move out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think I have a friend or maybe one or two. They think like, okay, I'm gonna graduate here. I'm gonna stay here. Like my life is gonna be here. No,
Yeah.
no. And I have also many friends who they say like, okay, I think I can study here. I can manage like 4 or 5 more years being here. But in the middle of the thing, they say like, I cannot. You know, I cannot imagine me there. And that was happened to me.
Yeah.
I
So
felt
probably
like,
at some point the government is gonna have to change, otherwise Venezuela is gonna run out of
I
people.
cannot imagine that, to be honest. Like, if you tell me like that will happen eventually, I cannot imagine that happening.
Yeah, it's true because like you've been living in it for
Yeah, I
all
think it's
your
just
life,
gonna
right?
be like the president who is now is he if he dies then eventually
Yeah.
he will like he's just
Yeah.
gonna give it to another person who are in the same circle and so and
Mhm.
so and so.
Mhm.
So I don't think that the government necessarily will change. Like maybe, but I don't imagine that. Like I cannot imagine that that will happen in my country.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, if you said there aren't any more like protests and stuff going on,
I don't think
so,
that. Like
yeah.
we tried that.
Yeah,
If you
tried a lot,
read
yeah,
it,
it's true.
like the thing you just watch video, we tried that a lot, and I think people did they tried as much as they could, but I don't think they could have done more, and many people died. You know, so it's like what else they can do? Like I don't know. Like that's why I said to you like I don't know anything about politics,
Yeah.
but it's like I don't know what else can you say or do when you don't like the people who are having the control of your country. You go, you say it in the streets, but what else? I don't have idea. Like to be honest, it's just like I think they tried and it didn't work, so it's like live with it.
Yeah. Do you think it's dangerous to go there for a holiday? Or
If
is it
you
okay?
go with people who like are from there and you get like well guide, it's not at all. Like I think if you get the right people, it's not.
So find a good guide
Yeah,
and you'll be safe.
yeah.
What's the safest part of Venezuela, or like safest part of Venezuela where to go, or probably I know that you haven't traveled a lot, but what's
No,
like the
but-
part of Venezuela where probably people should go to visit for a holiday?
I think like when people go there, they go like for all like the beaches because we have like many places like tropical things, and also people go to like the bigger jump water. Have you seen Up the movie Disney? Well,
Mm-mm.
you know like that thing is in Venezuela. You know? The
Waterfalls. Yeah.
Yeah, the waterfalls is in Venezuela.
Oh, is it the highest waterfall in the world?
Yeah,
That was in fun facts of Venezuela. as well.
yeah. So I think like people go there or go like beaches and like stuff like that.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. Okay.
It's like the place that I will recommend because like going to my city, it's like there are like one or two stuff that I think we can do there, but like the rest, maybe for me it's like really common and I don't think there's much to do. But I think it's better just to go to the tropical part.
Yeah. Sure. One of the last questions is more about you. We were talking before, and you told me that you organized a lot back at your high school in Venezuela.
Mhm.
So how was the experience with organizing in Venezuela? Actually, like So was it tough to manage it? What did you organize? What kind of events?
I was part of the student council for the last few years when I was in high school, and I really like it. We were organizing events in Christmas, Valentine's Day. We have in my school we have a whole week to celebrate the creation of my school or something like that.
Okay.
So basically that week we don't have classes, but we have a bunch of activities like a sport game for many things. So for 2 years technically it was 1 year because the other year COVID happened. So of course many of the plans that we had didn't happen. But I really like it though, all the experience about it. It's really different. For example, when I came here, I joined the DSR and the same thing as student council. And it's totally different because here they give you the budget and the university give you all the resources that you want to do whatever you want to. There is not basically we were figuring out where to get money or where to get people to sponsors or everything. It's really different. But I really enjoy all that thing, planning and trying to do something for education purposes or for where I was studying. So yeah, I really like it. It's different, of course, for again how they manage this stuff in their country, but I really like it.
What was the biggest event that you have organized?
We were doing for Christmas, we have it's really hard to explain, but we have a traditional music stuff that we do on Christmas. So basically each school in the city, in the whole city, they present kind of a thing. They have their own band, for saying in a way that is easy to understand, and they present in the rest of the schools that organize events for that. So we were organizing events for present different schools and kind of family vibes, it's Christmas, enjoying different activities, something like that. And yeah, I think that was the biggest thing because it was sad that I just joined to the last 2 years to that, because if I have joined it before, probably I would have done more. But yeah, I think that was the only thing. But I was really happy doing all that thing, the sport thing for the school and everything.
Yeah,
I really enjoy it.
Do you think, for example, for your birthday party, is it better to organize it yourself or have somebody to organize it for you?
No, I wouldn't pay for that. I need to for when I need to organize something like that, an event. I really I like to do it. I put my time and love to do that. So if I would have to organize something for myself, I would do it.
Cool. And Artūrs, we'll have one last question for you.
What would be the life lesson you would give to our viewers and listeners?
Wow.
So surprising.
Wow.
Drop the bomb, eh?
Well, I say this when I have a bad day, so maybe people can say it too. When I have a bad day, I say it could be worse, but it will be better. So everything that is happened to me, I think okay, there are worse things that it could be happening right now, because it's always our worst thing. It's true. But I always say to myself, it will be better. It's just one bad day and it will be just better. And whatever I'm dealing with, I know it will be better at the end. And 1 year from now, I will be laughing about it.
Okay.
So I think it's that.
Cool.
Perfect. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, guys.
We wish you a lot of luck to your future life and organizing and visiting Venezuela.
Thank you, guys.
And thank you for watching or thank you for listening, and catch you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye.